Well, if you thought Chapter 6 was fun, Chapter 7 is even more fun. You take everything that's available in the internet and you put it mobile, and now you've got a completely different world. Wireless mobile computing and mobile commerce is really just in the past, oh goodness, I'd say 3 to 4 years, we think, really taken off. Probably a couple of years ago, I was flying to a conference somewhere and got an email on the way over, and I had this smartphone device. It was the AT&T. It wasn't the Tilt. It was the first model. I believe it was called the. I think they just called it the 8125. I can't remember now. I've gone through two of them since then, but I believe it was 8125. And I got an email from Delta, and I can check in online now. And how cool is that? I checked in online, which I still had to go print a boarding pass, but I was able to check in and view my flight status, find the gate and everything online while I was driving. Yeah, that's real safe. I was doing it while I was driving to the airport, and didn't have to wait until I got there. And you look at, since the iPhone has come out, it seems like everybody's really finally getting on board with creating mobile-friendly websites. Google has the thing where if you Google a site, it will reformat most web pages, and if it can, it'll tell you, but it will reformat most web pages so that you can view it on your mobile browser. But of course, with the iPhone, you don't have to do that, because the Safari browser will show you the full page, and you can zoom and pan and everything real easy with it. But anyway, wireless mobile computing is really taken off. There's a lot of opportunity here in this area with some of the things that's in this chapter, and I'm trying not to get ahead of myself here, but the chapter outline is different wireless technologies: wireless computer networks, internet access, mobile computing and mobile commerce, pervasive computing, and wireless security. Basically, it outlines what the technologies are. Of course, there's Wi-Fi, there's Bluetooth, there's WiMAX, and this the other day I wasn't sure the distance of WiMAX, but I believe it says in this chapter that it's 50 kilometers. And just doing a little quick math, if I remember right, that's going to be around 20 miles, if I remember my conversion right. I may be wrong, but anyway, it's a lot farther than Wi-Fi. And it's a lot farther than cell phone also. Cell phone towers, I believe, their footprint's usually about 5-mile radius. But there's different wireless technologies, ways to connect to the internet. Of course, now with your wireless device, most of us are going to have some type of smartphone. Most of us are going to have some type of data plan, so that we'll be able to download email on our phones, be on the web. We can do minor things. But if you've got a 3G device, it's much quicker, and you can do a lot more with it. And of course, that the speed and accessibility is just going to get better with time. Wireless computer networks and internet access is just anywhere you go now. You can get a mobile card for your computer so that you've got wireless internet access over the cell phone towers. Of course, if the WiMAX thing hits and takes off, then you can be able to get one with the WiMAX. It's going to offer much the same. Sprint and those companies are really trying to get their WiMAX technology out, because every year they wait gives AT&T and Verizon that much more of a foothold in the market. You go to Radio Shack, and I know I mentioned this about the netbooks before, but you can get a computer for $99 that comes with a built-in data card. It's the netbooks. And you can get one for $99, and your data plan is $60 a month. Well, then you're tied to AT&T for the next 2 years. So it doesn't matter what Sprint does with their WiMAX. You're not getting on it for a while unless you want to pay out your contract and pay a big penalty for terminating your contract early. So there, with little devices like that's affordable. I mean, a computer for $100, and then you pay, I know the $60 a month adds up to a lot over the next 2 years, but still you're paying it monthly. You don't have to pay it in one big chunk. But then you've got internet access. I mean, there's a lot of people going to go that route. But then that gives you mobile internet access anywhere you go. And so then you're riding down the road, you're going shopping, you're going, I don't know, I was about to say out on a date, but I probably wouldn't have done this on a date, but I'd do it with my wife now. We would get online and look up restaurants. We'd look up things to do. If we're out of town or something, we'll take the computer with us and try to pick somewhere to go. We didn't have that option when we were dating. I don't know if we probably would have done that. We're both techno geeks, I guess you could call us that. Anyway, mobile computing and mobile commerce. There's a concept that I have that I would love for one of my students to take and run with. You look at the GPS services that are available on most phones. Most of your smartphones now come with GPS built in. And imagine if there was a company that could channel advertising to GPS or location-based devices. And I know there's location-based advertising now, but I'm talking about if there was a service within something like a shopping mall, so that when I'm walking down the mall, I can run a search and it will search the area around me, and it'll search the stores around me to find the items that I'm looking for. And if it recognizes that I'm in, I don't know, let's say I'm with my wife and we're in Belk looking at women's shoes on the second floor, and it knows we're on the second floor and it knows we're in the women's shoes department, then it might flash up a sale that Macy's has just put out, that they've got a sale on women's shoes in their store. And so based on my location, it throws up advertisements on my mobile device because it knows where I am within that local vicinity. Now, that some people might think that's a little bit too much like Big Brother, but you know, we've got 3 kids. We're trying to save for college and everything, and with the markets like it is, we're saving everything we can. So we would take any opportunity we could to save even $5. But anyway, there's a lot more to that concept that I'm throwing out here, but it's all based on mobile computing and being able to be accessed anywhere you are at any time, but then also accessed based on your location. Because that's one of the irritating things about mobile advertisement, is that you get it from anybody, no matter where you are, whether it's worthwhile to you or not. Pervasive computing just means that computing is getting into everything that you do now, and there's going to be computer chips in everything around your home. Everything's going to be connected. Your cars one day will be connected, if your car isn't already connected. And even your water meter outside your house, they're putting cellular devices, or they've been doing it for a few years now, cellular devices on the water meters that will read the meter and transmit the signal back, so that they don't have to have a meter reader drive around in a truck and get out and read every meter. Now, how much cheaper is that? I mean, I know it's a big investment up front, but even the water company, and who would have thought the water company would have been doing mobile computing? Some of them didn't transmit over cell phone towers. Some of them had them. They still had a meter reader, drive a truck, but instead of having to get out, he would just drive by the house, and it would pick up the signal being sent out by the meter reader, or by the device on the meter, and it would pick it up in the truck, and it would just automatically populate the data files on his computer or her computer. So anyway, there's so many applications for this, it's really mind-boggling. And of course there's wireless security, and you'll want to read about that. If you have any questions about wireless security in your home networks or anything, I'd be glad to help you out with that. I've got, it's not any big deal or anything, but I've got a Net Plus certification, and I could just talk you through some wireless security with your home network if you're interested and you want to make sure that you've got it set up right. Again, just like with the last chapter, we could go on forever. The slides, I'm sorry, it was just sort of I wasn't clicking through slides and everything, but I knew if I got started that I would go and just not stop. But I thought this was an interesting picture. How many of you remember the old Nokia screens that looked like this? There's no color, no anything. There's, you know, that's a far cry from where we've come. And you know, it wasn't that long ago that was sort of one of the standard devices. I mean, within the past 5 years, we've gone from a device like that to devices like the iPhone. And it's really amazing, and I wonder where can we go? I mean, how much more can you add to? And I know there's things you can add to the iPhone, but as far as the capabilities of what it will already do, I mean, how much more can you ask for? It's already so easy, and I know there'll be companies come out with ways to make it even better. It's just really getting mind-boggling where it can go. So anyway, I'm going to stop here because I could keep rambling on forever, and that's not the point of these overviews. So if you have any questions or anything, give me a call or shoot me an email.